Hello everyone. Okay, I'm trying my best to explain this in terms of my own way of understanding Coulomb force and electric field from chapter 1 physics 2. Let's start. Okay, so for F, okay, you call it as Coulomb force. The other name for it is actually electric force. Okay, so in this chapter you need to be careful in distinguish between F and E. Okay, they are a little bit similar, but somehow they are different. Okay, so for force, they are actually vector. Okay, so you know that when they are a vector, they comes with magnitude and direction. So first of all, magnitude is given by the Coulomb's law. Okay, you have note this. So be careful because we are talking about magnitude, so you need to have the modular sign, okay, with the in the calculation, because it's a magnitude. So magnitude is given by F equals to K Q1 Q2 over R square. R should be the distance between the charges, okay, and then you don't really need to care about the symbol of the charge, because when you use modulus, okay, everything will be positive, and then the direction will be given by attract or repel. So how do you do the calculation? So first of all, I give you two examples here. Okay, so for the first one, okay, let's say that you have two charges, Q1 and Q2, like that. Okay, so Q1 is positive, Q2 is negative. So to calculate for the force between the two, okay, let's say the question normally will ask you the force on any of the charges. Okay, so let's say if the question asks you the force on Q1, so Q1 is equal to F12, where it is positive, F12. Okay, F12 is positive. Why? Because F12 means force on charge 1 because of charge 2. Now if you look at force on charge 2, it becomes F21, but it's negative. Why is it negative? Because it is moving to the negative direction. So in other words, if you calculate with the Coulomb's law here, you will get the same magnitude but in different direction. Okay, so refers to the second example. Here I give you three charges. Okay, for the three charges, let's say the question asks you the net force on Q3. So what you need to do is, okay, you need to find out the direction of the forces first. If you look only at Q3, that means Q3 will be affected by Q1. Q3 also will be affected by Q2. So plus and plus give it repel, so it goes down here with a certain angle. So you need to find this angle, and then F32 is attracted to each other, so it goes this direction. So to find the F net on Q3, okay, you need to resolve it into horizontal calculation and also vertical calculation. So summation along x-axis give you F31x minus F32. So why do you have F31x minus F32? It's because F31x should be in this direction, where F32 is in the negative direction. And then for vertical direction, you have negative F31 equals to summation of Fy, because you don't have any other forces vertically, only F31y, which is directed downward. So how to calculate the magnitude and direction? Since you have one vector here that need to be resolved into x and y, that means you need to have your vector. So to find the magnitude of the vector is always summation of x square plus summation of Fy square in the square root, and then find the direction in terms of angle. And then the question also will say to you, okay, maybe to find the force on Q1 or to find the force on Q2. So do it separately. So if you can see here on Q2, F23 and 23 here depends on charge 2 and charge 3, because charge 2 is negative, charge 3 is positive. So charge 2 will go, or in other words, you can say it is attracted to charge 3, so it goes this direction. Whereas for 2-1, okay, force on charge 2 because of charge 1, okay, because they are also attract to each other, then it goes upward. So how to calculate for Q2? Then F23 is already perfectly horizontal, F21 is already perfectly vertical, so you just use the same equation for the vector. And then last but not least, if the question asks you to calculate on Q3, So refers to charge 1 and charge 3, it will be repelling, that's why it goes up there. And then 1, 2, because they will attract to each other, it goes downward. So you know that F13 must be resolved into X and Y. Then find horizontally and vertically again. Lastly, use your vector to find magnitude and direction. So I hope it helps.